John asked the Thousand City Council in 1967. Actually, in 1967, I was a junior in college, and I worked for Tommy D'Alessandro, who was the new mayor in '67. So I was there when the charter amendments went forth. I was there when the mayor and the president of the city council discussed it. And it was for concern of future generations. Future generations. Well, Tommy's passed, and William Donald's passed, but I'm still here. And I've worked with 7 mayors. I was in the city council with 3 of them. I was a real estate officer. I was responsible for approving real estate deals. And I will tell you that this deal was unlike any I have seen in those 50 years. Before anyone asks for public money, you know, they'll just pass it off. Well, it's not city money. It's public money. It's public money. 400 million, minimally. The city, before they approve anything, they vet the project, whether it was Harbor East, I mean, any project. And there was no pro forma, which is like a profit loss. There was no letter of intent from a lender. There was no traffic study. They want to remove 2 lanes, you know, from Pratt and Light Street. There was no geological study. They don't know if that's landfill, you know, from the 1905 fire. They don't know if it will support those buildings. Otherwise, they have to go down 150 feet in bedrock. And by the way, those plans with those $6,000 apartments have no parking. None. And when asked, and this supposed, you know, they were paid $1 million for public engagement. And I asked a question, but you had to write it down on a piece of paper, give it to a staff person. They edited it. And my paragraph of the question became, Mr. Bramble, tell us about the parking. And he said, well, there's lots of parking in the area. Now, come on. $6,000 apartments, you're going to walk 2 blocks? Really? It just blows my mind that because I sat on the planning commission for 12 years. They're supposed to vet these things. BDC's supposed to vet these things. None of that happened. None of that happened. And like has been said, once approved, now the charter is like our Constitution. The charter is what enables Baltimore City to be a government. You know, it was like 1787 or something. But the charter is our Constitution. And our Constitution says open space for public and future generations. So by removing that, it's open to anything. I mean, really, literally. I mean, the plan they show us, it's going to wall in, you know, it's going to stifle air, it's going to wall us in. It's not going to be open space for future generations. And it just really, listen, like Leon said, all of us, 1,000 strong so far, we're volunteers. I mean, I have nothing to gain or lose. I mean, I used to take my children down there. Probably most of you have taken kids down there when it was open. I mean, my daughter is 50 now, and she was in a stroller. I took her down there. It was when they were building the Pride of Baltimore. Does anyone go back that far? They were building the Pride of Baltimore right there in the Inner Harbor. So I want to say also something else about Mr. Bridges, who's a legend in my mind. I've known him forever. He was attacked on our website as going after a brother, which I find offensive. Now, the man who happens to, you know, represent this development, he's a good man. I've known him since a little boy. His mom owned Baltimore Times, good man. But he's an asset manager. He's not the developer. MCB is him and 5 white guys. So, you know, come on. Let's deal with the issues. Let's not throw rocks at each other. I asked the man to sit down and say, you know, maybe you could move it back, you know, maybe you could make a thinner bill. I mean, there's not one amendment to that bill, not one. When I was in the city council, I chaired land use committee, and when they built Harbor East, I had 25 hours of hearings. God almighty, that was grueling, but I wanted everybody to have a chance to speak. I wanted the developer to hear it, and I wanted them to sit down with the public and address every concern, and they did. Harbor East, and all those things around there, Allied Signal, that was another one. It was like 20 hours, two hearings. But I'm just appalled. We have to stop the referendum. We will, in August, we'll get the number or letter, I've been involved with referenda where it's like, number 5 on the ballot. Now what happens is when you vote for the top of the ballot, by the time you get way over there, of 100 people, maybe 20 will even bother to vote. And they usually just go, yes, 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 yes. So it's our job to enlighten everybody. And we're not against development, by no means. We just want smart development, and we want development for future generations is all. So, I don't know if you have any questions. Actually, I wrote some notes down. I think I did everything.
Yeah, that's a question.
I have a question. I'm glad that these bars are open for development. I like it the way it is, but I'm not in charge.
Yes, you are. You're